I want you to look directly at this hard truth. The next 10 years will be the most brutal decade you've ever lived through, or the most magnificent chapter of your life. You see, we are living in an era where the old maps are completely worthless. Have you ever wondered why, with the same 24 hours in a day, some people build empires, while others spend an entire decade running in place on a treadmill of debt and anxiety? You and I both know the old world is dead. You are standing before a window of opportunity that is exactly 1 decade long. If you do not own real assets, you won't just get poorer, you will become obsolete. Don't blink. Because today, I want to share with you the secrets of an entirely new asset matrix. Let's start with something few people even consider an asset: your value system and your ability to adapt. You see, the real asset is the ability to learn how to learn. Look at the story of the Rothschild family. They sustained prosperity for over 200 years, not because of raw cash, but because of a strict family code of unity and early education. But why do 90% of wealthy families lose it all by the 3rd generation? The common mistake is that you focus on leaving a bank balance while forgetting to train the financial muscle of your children. When indulgence replaces discipline, wealth evaporates. But tools alone are not enough. You need leverage. And the most powerful leverage today is your personal AI ecosystem. AI will not replace you, but the person directing AI will make you invisible. Do you know how a single individual can run $1 million business with only 1 or 2 staff members? That is how modern solopreneurs use AI to automate 90% of their sales and customer service. The mistake the masses make here? They treat AI as a toy or a threat. They spend all day fearing replacement instead of learning to be the orchestrator. And here is the secret almost no one tells you. Instead of trying to start from zero, why not choose to buy cash flow? Look at the strategy of companies like Walker & Company. They don't build everything from scratch. They acquire small businesses that already have a customer base and optimize them with technology. You see, starting a business from zero has a mortality rate of 95%. Your mistake is falling in love with your ego. You want to create something unique. While out there are money machines already built, just waiting for a skilled driver. Back to the question of security. I want you to look at Bitcoin and energy. We aren't talking about speculation. We are talking about mathematics. Look at Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy. He turned an ordinary software company into a financial empire by converting all their cash into Bitcoin. Why do most people fail here? Because they don't have diamond hands. They buy during the hype and panic sell during the crash. They treat Bitcoin like a lottery ticket instead of a long-term store of value. But you know, real power is often invisible. I am talking about your reputation on the internet. Look at Naval Ravikant. He doesn't need to apply for a job. Thousands of opportunities find him through the values he shares on social media. Reputation is the hardest currency to earn. 90% of people fail because they are too impatient. They want to be famous overnight. They use cheap tricks for engagement, and in the end, they lose the most precious thing, the trust of the community. And here is the secret to things that run even while you sleep: intellectual property. Do you know why J.K. Rowling still earns millions every year even though the Harry Potter series ended long ago? That is the power of IP. You create value once and let the algorithm multiply it 1,000,000 times. The biggest mistake at this stage is procrastination. You keep thinking you aren't good enough to write a book or create a course. You wait for perfection, and the truth is, perfection never comes. However, I have a sincere warning for you. The fatal mistake of the masses is diversifying too early. Look at Elon Musk's focus in the early years of SpaceX and Tesla. He poured every cent of his wealth into them to the point of near bankruptcy. I want you to understand. Diversification is for protecting wealth, but concentration is what creates wealth. Do not try to own all 15 of these assets before you have your first $1 million. You see, everything I just told you becomes meaningless if you do not invest in the most important asset, your own biological health. Look at Brian Johnson, who spends millions of dollars a year to reverse aging. He understands that time is the greatest leverage of compound interest. If you die early, every balance sheet is worthless. 90% of us fail because we treat health as something guaranteed. We sell our health for money when we are young, then spend all that money to buy back a few days of life when we are old. It's ridiculous, isn't it? And finally, the seed that grows everything else is the skill of synthesis. The world doesn't need people who only know one thing. Look at Steve Jobs. He wasn't the best programmer or the greatest designer, but he was the best at connecting technology with art and the humanities. That is the skill of the synthesizer. I want you to ask yourself, will you continue to play the role of the observer, or will you start building your own empire today? 10 years. The clock has already started. I know. 90% of the people hearing these words will turn off the screen and do nothing. They will fail, not because they lack information, but because they lack the courage to start. But you are different, aren't you? Choose 3 things, just 3, and go all in. Because here, in this community of sustainable wealth builders, we don't just talk about money. We talk about absolute freedom. I will see you among the masters of destiny. 10 years. It starts this very second.